what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and welcome back to the Zombie Train. We're here in the world as it happens. We're over at Old Orchard Beach. Someone left their car idling, and we're gonna go head into Galgora, and I'll show you all the finished track work. If you notice, I did do the beach and the ocean along here, although that didn't take too much time, so don't be so impressed. I know you're super... Oh, hold on, let me give this guy a... There we go. That'll make everything better. So we have the quad main line that comes in here now. This splits off. The passenger station is down here. It has a little runaround and then two spur tracks that don't do much of anything. I'm sure they're going to be used to store coaches and combines. We have this extremely tight turn, which will remain, because to expand it out this way would make too much of a mess. We have this bridge over the main line down here. And then we have this section, which I populated a little bit. I gave it a couple of industries that don't actually do anything, they're just there for looks. These would be the warehouses where they keep the supplies before transferring them down. I'm going to have, like, ramps or something if I can find them. If not, it's just going to stay like that. And then I'll have some props down here. Yeah, I have this place a little toyed up. This is probably going to be like the Galgora Seaport's headquarters or whatever. Maybe whatever shipping company comes out of here. But let's go back to the double track main line and the standard gauge. Or quad main line and standard gauge. Now, I've been through all this. This is the pullback, whatever you call it, thing. I'm not even sure if there's an official name for it. There probably is, but I don't know it. I think this deserves a signal right here, so I'm going to give it one. I like doing these videos and having to explain, because... Hold on. Not there. That's not the one that needs a signal. That's the one that needs a signal. So, of course, train comes down here. Freight train would pull into this track, and then maybe this track, or maybe that track, or maybe that track, which I have done up a little bit with, let me move this guy down here. There we go. And I put dwarf signals in this yard, just because they were required. So freight trains pull in here. We went through this. We have the yard. We have the shunter depot, I guess you could call it. And then they can run around here. And this track is an engine track, so you run all the way back to the engine storage back here. Also, if you notice, I cut in the coast a little bit here just to give it a little more depth. And also so that I didn't have to fill this area with anything, and I was lazy. We have a turntable for spinning engines around. We have 5 tracks for engine storage. We have the passenger track down here. We have, if you go this way, this is the transfer to and from the narrow gauge. This is kind of just not doing anything. In fact, there's not even going to be a buffer on that. Because it's just like the idea, and then they stop building right there. Perhaps I should make it rusty. All the rails have different ballasts, though, and I really don't like that. I added this second track here, but let me start back over here. You have these two signals which denotate the entrance to the passenger terminal. You have a X, whatever this is called, a diamond crossover. And you have Galgora Station. With 2 platforms. This one is for express, this one is for local. I believe that's, yeah, express and local. And then you'd come around the reversing loop. In the middle of the reversing loop is this setup, which is the passenger car storage for when they're not being used, of course. think that's pretty decently everything. Let's go in the map view. And it looks like a mess, and I know, but let me help that. There we go. So as you can obviously see, we have our main yard, we have the seaport bits here. This might never get textured. We have this bit right here, engine storage, passenger car storage, and then the narrow gauge which runs around the side. This which does that. By the way, I was going to ask if you liked what I did here with the retaining wall kind of deal, because I knew we had something like it and I wanted to use it. So we have a total of, well, 2 different areas where reversing loops are. This is a whole set of reversing loops, of course, and we have the very obvious one at the passenger terminal. I did not signal the narrow gauge yet because it's not going anywhere and we're not going to do anything with it probably for a while. But speaking of doing things with things, we're going to be building the town of Galgora back here next episode, and then start working on the ground textures, which is going to involve either industrial buildings, just a few of them, or just sparse trees here, like I put up here. Same with over here, although over here is probably going to be more of just random bits of industry, like we have here. And of course, that isn't officially part of the beach. I did this with the same technique we used for the mountains, so it's a lot smoother than this is. Oh, is that this car? Yeah, it was that car. Yeah, that's about it. I can't believe I managed to actually get this all set up right here. This was my big worry. I didn't want to have a track that cut across a quad main line. I added this track in here in order for there to be an engine runner from the storage to get to the passenger car storage. So the engines would slip here and then back down to their train and then pull it out the platform. The only issue with that is that these tracks are too close. I mean, of course, in this game it doesn't matter. But the tracks are too close for a train to be here and a train to be here. So a train that's pulling through here would have to wait, or would have to have this train wait at the signal. I mean, fortunately, this is the local platform, so you wouldn't have to worry anyways. About as much. You'd still have to worry, but you wouldn't have to worry as much. And that's pretty much it. That's the Galgora track work complete. Some of the basic details done, and the standard gauge signaling complete. Check those off the list, guys. We'll move on next episode. Trainman out.